Hey guys, Uncle J Motorsports here, working on bump and run cars. I got this crazy idea in my head today while I was working. Um, Probably as some of you know that with the 111 car, the 2001 Crown Vic P71 cop car, um, tons of fuel issues, 3 pumps, 3 races, kind of spendy to do that. Can't figure it out. New fuel pressure regulator, check pressure at the fuel rails. Everything's free, clear, pumps pumping what it should. I'm getting a good steady, I don't know, 50 pounds-ish, give or take, and burning up pumps. Car's running lean. I don't know what it is, but my fuel setup isn't working. So, crazy theory. Carburetor on a fuel-injected motor. I know it's been done. It's probably frowned upon by most car guys in the regular car world, but bump and run cars. Using junk to make junk work. So today we're going to try and put a Rochester 2-barrel carburetor off the 815, came off a small block Chevy, on the Ford, what the hell is this? A 4.6 2-valve fuel injected Crown Vic P71 Interceptor motor. So what I did was basically unhooked everything off throttle body, all the plugs, everything, took everything off. I'm gonna pull the throttle body off. And then I got a couple chunks of steel here that I'm gonna make some sort of an adapter. I don't know if I'm gonna go with the round tube to a plate or square tube, but the goal is to be able to put the Rochester on the Ford motor. I figure I'd do a little test first, figure out if it'll actually run without all the stuff hooked up. So having everything unhooked on the throttle body, I am going to squirt a little gas down there, fire it up, just make sure it fires, unhook all the injectors and everything, and see if my theory might work. The adapter plate, not a problem. I can drill some holes and weld some plates together, not a big deal. So I'm going to attempt to take the little gas squirt bottle, squirt her in there, fire it up. If it runs, I think my theory is proven that it will run on a carburetor. It's just a matter of adapting the carburetor to the new motor. So we're going to test the theory. We're going to see if I unhook all the electricals from the throttle body, squirt a little gas down her, if she'll fire up and run. So, little gas can, squirt bottle, wide open. Yep, that was too much. It'll work. Taking off the throttle cable, take the bracket off, see if I can figure out how to, down the line, hook that up to that 2-barrel. Shouldn't be too hard. Okay, throttle cable's off. Body spacer's loose. One more bolt on the throttle bracket right here, and that whole thing should come off. All right, let's unhook vacuum lines. Let's see. Oh, there's one more bolt. Okay. All right. And it's off. Ooh. All right, so we got the throttle body and the spacer off. We're gonna pull that off, see what it looks like. Looks like it's a plastic intake with an O-ring seal. And then it looks like, yeah, I should be able to adapt that to that. I think that should work. But we'll check her out here and see. Yeah, that should. Oh yeah, definitely. So now I'm gonna take and find me a piece of cardboard to make a stencil of that. All right, I know there's multiple methods that you can use to transfer your gasket or the shape of what you need your gasket to be to like paper, cardboard, whatever. I've never really done it, but I'm gonna try this way. I heard if you just take a piece of paper, lay it right on here, paper on there, just give her a couple of taps. It should give me the outline of what I need. So we're going to try that. So here we go. Piece of paper. This piece of paper. Lay it on here. And I'm not trying to get like the best outline, just where the corners are, where the inside hole is, where the bowl holes are. And I don't know if you guys can see this on here, but yeah, there's the outline. All right, so I got my paper stencil cut out. Holes are just a little off, but they'll be all right. Transferred that to a steel plate. Got the 4 holes drilled. I oversized the holes just because they're off a little bit, so I got a little wiggle room to make it right. Traced out the center hole. What I'll do is I'll take a carbide bit on a die grinder and get the shapes fine-tuned so they fit real good. And then as far for that's for the intake side, Rochester 2-barrel gasket. I took that, transferred that to a steel plate. Holes drilled and everything. I'll still, in this one too, I'll take the carbide bit and fine tune the hole just so it fits. So that will be, so here I'll have a bottom plate, stack on the carburetor on top. Trying to figure out what I can get to make what I have to make the connecting piece. I have a piece of 4-inch round. I got some 4-inch square, but I believe that'll be too big. I need something the same size as the intake side. I can be bigger on the carburetor side, but not the intake side. I don't need gas pooling up and sitting on that bottom plate. So digging through the old scrap pile, I had to cut the ends of these collectors off of my headers on the 815 car to get the hood to close over them. So I'm thinking that the shape of them, they're kind of oblong to a square. I'm thinking if I take a section of this, I should be able to form it to this plate. Just put it on there and then tap the inside around, form it, and get a good flow through and just weld her up. And then I believe I'll be able to get the carburetor going on this car. Alright, so I got the piece for the carburetor up in the vise here. Can't find my die grinder. Look at my bench, it's a mess. I know. Wonder if I can find anything. So, next best thing is put the carbide bit in a drill. Should work. I got the inside of the gasket and the inside of the plate to match. Just realized after test fitting the carb to the plate that I need to clearance the side right here for the throttle linkage. Other than that, this side's done. Alright, so I got the pieces all trimmed out and carbided out and they fit really good. Now I got my piece of header collector here that I am going to try and tack weld in and get it fitted and welded up. Alright, I got it halfway welded up using the carbide bit to smooth out the inside for you guys here. Yeah, so got it all welded, went around the inside, went around the outside, but my little 110 welder isn't the greatest, so smooth it all out, get it all cleaned out and stuff, and then we'll flip her over and put the carburetor side on. Got everything all welded up with the old Lincoln Tombstone welder. It's not the prettiest, but it'll work. So the adapter is done. Just got to go over it, chip off the slag, and clean it up a little bit. And then after it cools off, try and put it on the car. Alright, got the carb adapter all welded up and together, cleaned up a little bit. Got like 2 little pinholes. I'm just going to run some RTV silicone around the outside of it to seal it all up, make it good. Next, I'm going to run out to the 815 car and grab the fuel pump out of that. And then I have the carburetor off of that. And we're going to put it on there, hook the fuel pump up, and see if it runs. Alright, time to make a run for it out here. It's snowing pretty good. It's supposed to get 3 or 4 inches of snow tonight. So we'll see if I can make it out the back here. Oh, I got too much stuff. The old boat that I never covered up. Oh, all right. Let's fuel pump's right down here, so we can cut that zip tie, and it should come free. I think. Yeah. There we go. All right. I'm gonna get this off here and then get back inside. All right, ran outside, grabbed the Holly fuel pump off the 815 bump and run car, clipped the wires, cut the hoses. It's snowing like a son of a gun outside. Then I'm gonna take hose clamps off here, go fast, and then see if we can't get this hooked up inside the car, and then find some bolts to bolt the carburetor on. And I believe should be able to fire this bad boy up today. Sure do hope this works. Been having a ton of issues with this and just the fueling system on it, and I don't know if it's because the computer's going into limp mode or what the deal is with it, but it gets really old after a while when you're spending good money on pumps and then they're burning them up. Burnt 2 up, and the third one, if I wouldn't have caught it, it would have burnt it up. It don't run right now, but it'll still work. So, all right. Well, maybe. Maybe it'll come off. There we go. Alright, got that off. Now, we'll get set up inside the car and you guys can see me put the pump in. Alright, all set up in the car. Just give you a little rundown on what I got going on in here. Got a M&M Boys stainless steel 4-gallon gas tank. Fuel lines run in. Right down here I have our old electrical pump. Oops. Cut this old pump out and then install the new one. Yep, a little bit of gas. Paper towels. Alrighty then, let's cut my ground wire. put a little tail in there so I can twist tie it together. New pump. Set that over out of the way. Alright, now the fun part. So now I'll take new pump, and I believe this should be on. Put that on there. Hose clamp on there. And this pump here is only, I think it ranges from 5 to 7 psi, so you don't need the high pressure hose or clamps or anything. Alright, so I'll set that aside. Now, I got this here. I have a big, I don't know, what is, let it run out, I guess. Yeah. All right. All right, now this should go on here like so. Actually, I'm gonna take this edge right here is really not straight, so we're gonna clip her off nice and even. That's a whole lot better. Oops. Alright, that's nice and tight. Let that side. Okay. No leaks. Alright, quick overview of what we got going on so far. I have the carburetor bolted to the adapter that I made, and that is bolted down to the intake manifold. We have the fuel pump hooked up, and now I am going to hook the battery up. Hook the battery up, see if we can hear it kick on. Alright, it's running. Should have fuel going up to the carburetor. Okay. Now, let's get out of the car here. Run up here now. Okay, so now we have this. I'll give her a couple squirts. Okay, we have fuel. Now, let's see if she fires. Oh, probably should hook the battery up. Hold on one second. Alright, got the battery hooked back up. Alright, so let's try this again now. And you see, switches are on. And no go. Alright, we'll see if she runs. So, tried a theory, a crazy idea come up in my head at work that day. Built the adapter, tried the 2-barrel, and it runs. So all I can say is that if you can think it up, you probably can make it work. Uncle J Motorsports, where we take junk to make junk run. And then the 111 should be a good runner next year. Already got the rear end gears put in it from before. If you've been following along on our page on Facebook, and a little bit of suspension work, I think we got a top car. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.